Hi Ed, this is Nico at Brown's Volkswagen here in Richmond. I just wanted to give you a tour of your 2020 Volkswagen Tiguan SEL Premium. This is the R-Line version as well, so that means that there are a lot of features, bells, and whistles packed into this thing. I can't wait to get into it, so hopefully I can answer some of your questions via this video. If not, I'll provide you with a number and email that you can contact me with. But here we go. So first things first, we'll check under the hood here. One thing that's noteworthy about Volkswagen products is the ease of use. Just opening that hood there. The single-handed clamp is so easy to find, so easy to navigate, and the hydraulic press does the rest. Underneath the hood, we will find our 2.0 liter 4-cylinder turbocharged engine here. It's Volkswagen's TSI. It's a very popular engine for their products because it's fantastic. It's an all-around awesome package. It gets great gas mileage, and it's a fun engine to drive. Very quick, very sporty. Beyond that, we have clear indications of our fluids here, oil dipstick, and your battery will be right up here, right next to your fuses. Real easy navigation. Now, moving on past the hood and what's under it, the first thing that you'll notice is the striking design of this vehicle. It is absolutely gorgeous. First thing that comes to sight are these beautiful LED headlights. The blinkers are LED, the daytime running are LED, your brights, everything LED. It's just a sharp look. It really is. These are tried, true, and tested. These LEDs come with great longevity on top of practicality. They're fantastic. They resemble daylight. And on top of that, they just look great. These LED headlights as well within the main unit here are adjustable. So they can turn with you as you're turning to give you better access and better view of the road. Beneath that, we'll find our fog lights. Right down on the front here, we have a camera, front-facing camera, that we will get to via our infotainment screen in just a minute. And that is the front end of our Volkswagen Tiguan. Now, one other thing that I'd like to point out here, as we curve around, we see all these modern lines, all these perfect curves. You can't lie. They are complemented so well by these gorgeous alloy wheels. These low profile tires are just low enough to give it an aesthetic style, but still have functionality. This is an SUV. You are going to want to take it in situations where maybe a normal car isn't going to handle so well. These tires are more than capable of that. Moving on, past the wheel, you'll find that we have an R-Line badge, and that continues throughout the vehicle. You'll find that in many different places. It's just to remind you and everyone around you that you're driving a different caliber of Volkswagen vehicles. It's another level, if you will. Above that, we have the LED integrated strip into our breakaway mirrors. Very useful. Chrome strip continues throughout the vehicle to give you a more premium, luxurious look and feel. And here we move on to the door handle, which has Volkswagen's KESSI system, and is by far my favorite keyless entry system that is on the market right now. It's just so easy to use for a vehicle like this. You just stick your hand in, I have the keys in my pocket, and open. Just like that. As long as the keys are nearby, you can unlock the door via your hand and open it up to view your gorgeous SEL Premium R-Line Tiguan. Now we're going to get into this right now. So hopping in using our KESSI system, reach in, open, and unlock. First thing that you notice are these aluminum plated pedals. They just add to the premium aesthetic of the vehicle, as well as the stripping at the bottom. Here we have our automated seat controls, which have saved settings for up to 3 drivers. Lumbar, back, front, back, and tilt adjustments are all available for the driver's side of the vehicle. Now, moving on to the inside. The first thing that you notice is this beautiful digital cockpit. And as I turned it on, there it is. There's your R-Line Fender tuned audio badge for your Volkswagen Tiguan. Now, the virtual cockpit really is amazing. As you can see, it's very fluid. As I push the gas and raise the RPMs, you can see just how accurate the needle is. Very responsive. Now, beyond that, you have your temperature gauge on the side and your fuel gauge right over here on this side. Now, through here, you can push the button on the steering wheel that is labeled View. And as you push View, you can change it. And it simplifies. Now we just have the range of the vehicle. Your mile per hour, speedometer is going to be at the bottom here, as well as all of your other indications for adaptive cruise control or seatbelt warnings. What gear you're in will be placed right here. Very simple, very, very nice. You can push the View button again. And we have more information, including our media and our time spent in the vehicle, as well as our average MPG. If we push this again, now we're back to our original home setting. A lot of different configurations on here once you get into it. It really is a driver's vehicle. On the left-hand side, we have adaptive cruise control, as well as our volume rocker. And on the the right-hand side, excuse me, we have our hands-free assistant, as well as menu buttons for our digital cockpit, as well as a track rocker here. Now, moving on to the side here, just want to make one more note. You do have Fender tuned audio all the way around, so this vehicle is going to sound as good as it looks. Leather wrapped steering wheel as well, that is also heated just like the seats. You have heated seats and a heated steering wheel, as well as dual climate control and various different settings for that. All your ventilation settings, your fan speed here is followed by LEDs. Beneath that, we have 2 USB ports and an aux port, as well as the power port, the 12 volt. Get your push to start button right down here, digital parking brake, and your mode knob, which can select the driver mode that you want to be in. So right now, I can select it too, and you will see it change on the infotainment screen. Snow mode, sport mode, custom mode, eco mode, normal, off-road, and off-road custom. Really, the driver experience is amplified through this. Personally, I like to drive mine in sport, but beyond that, there are so many avenues to customize your drive mode through this setting. It really is a fun thing to play with. Now, moving on, what we can do is shift ourselves into reverse, and you'll see we have a backup camera. However, if we push the menu button, that opens up what that front camera was for. This is our bird's eye view of the vehicle in real time, so it tells us what's around us. We can get as close to things as we need to, as well as have the backup camera. Now, if we push here, we have various different settings: a parallel park assist, a rear assist, a rear cross traffic assist. All of these are separate tools to help you in your full toolbox of moving your vehicle out of a parking space or even out of your home. At some point, it sounds crazy, but all of this comes in handy. I've used it personally, and they are all lifesavers. Now, beyond that, you do have navigation. So you sit there. You have Volkswagen's navigation. But beyond that, this infotainment screen is equipped with Android Auto and Apple CarPlay as well. So you can also use that navigation along with Volkswagen's. Beyond that, as we continue through the aesthetics of this car, we have this really neat carbon fiber looking trim that goes across the vehicle, mixed with the leather stitching on the door frame. It really is a modern sleek, sporty look all the way across. Moving up, you'll find that we have a few switches up here. Those are all controlling your dual panoramic sunroof that carries all the way to the back. Really is a nice feature there. If we turn and look in here, you'll see this black spot right next to the mirror. What that is your blind spot warning. It'll flash at you and stay lit up and illuminated when there's a car in your blind spot, and it'll look like this when the coast is clear. Really is a safety feature that has been proven to be a lifesaver, especially now more and more that it's becoming more common with vehicles. So now I will take you on a tour of the back seat and we can keep our tour going. So back here we can see there is no shortage of leg room here. I'll even hop in so that you can see how much room I actually have. Look at this. This is just ridiculous. I have all the room in the world back here. I also have dual climate vents, as well as a USB port and the 12-volt power point, and a good view of our panoramic sunroof all the way across, which is gorgeous. The Fender tuned audio continues down back here, as well as this gorgeous leather upholstery. Really does add to the aesthetic of the vehicle. Now these back seats here have a 40-40-20 split, which means that you can offer different configurations, put the center down if you need to, but there's also the separate center console that comes down here for your cup holders and an armrest. This really is a gorgeous, gorgeous vehicle. Now we'll move on to the back. So around the back, we have these gorgeous LED taillights, which are standard. They really do add to the lines and curves and aesthetic of this vehicle. Now, we also see our Tiguan SEL badge on the left-hand side, and on the right side, we see that this is 4MOTION. This is Volkswagen's all-wheel drive, and it does not disappoint, especially with the various drive modes that you have that are configurable within the cabin. Beneath our Volkswagen icon here, we have our backup camera, wide angle, and we have our latch to open up. And when you do, you'll find there is no shortage of space back here. There's so much room back here. It's absolutely gorgeous. And like I said before, our back row has a 40-40-20 split, which means that it can flush down so that you can extend your cabin space even further. You have pockets down in here, as well as a privacy cover that can be placed up in here so that you can hide whatever belongings you may have that you don't want visible to the public back here. Beneath this, you have your spare, which is a nice feature given that a lot of vehicles are currently coming with pumps instead of spare. I don't know why, don't ask me, I think it's ridiculous. I will always be on the side of having a spare. You have some power points down here, as well as some cabin lighting. All around, it is extremely versatile. And moving up, you have an automated liftgate, so you just push here, and down it goes. Just like so. And these are just some of the amazing features that come on this beautiful Volkswagen Tiguan, the SEL Premium R-Line package. It really is an amazing vehicle. There's so much here that we can talk about. I can spend a lot longer talking about it with you, but it is just absolutely impressive. Do let me know if you want to give this one a test drive. It's all ready for you. It's gassed up and waiting. I will send you some contact information of mine to get in touch with me. But beyond that, I hope this answered most of your questions. And if you have more, I am always available for that. I am, again, Nico from Brown's Volkswagen, and I hope to talk to you very soon. Have a great one.